Similarly, Champions League ne be impact on the Spanish La Liga fixtures, no. And now Barcelona boy against CD Leganes. Now I don't know who say Hansi Flick because I'm now run a pre-match press conference now and some for Bisan a lot about players no munya bi mono, even including Ansu Fati question say Ansu Fati na no best start and he tells you say man for be expected here rotation. In as much as Barcelona lead 4-0 no. Yes, Bundes La Liga table no. Real Madrid are fighting. Remember, 4 points gap. And them between Madrid and then Barcelona, so we league standings no. And then so we lose Real Madrid so game at China. In as much say be almost resty players no. So Barcelona lose they cannot say excessive Madrid so lose.
Yes.
Possibly be a points gap and be one. And they might not want that. So Hansi Flick will have to manage the two. Yes, he can use his outfit players and win this game and go to Germany and still manage because 4-0 there. Meaning what I say. Now, we are expecting, and according to reports, just a test taking your training, but when Timan check one shot cry, into shares in an ane no go post men. Now they are playing against Leganes. Leganes ne Barcelona no. Kofi Barcelona a team be every motivation to fight this game. In this season, says here for La Liga table now, Leganes the relegation more. And so a team Makaza ye season. Now the team be the relegation, particularly a team, baby or any one man to beat me PR or be fighting with every single thing or to fight. To make sure say or not to bet me every relegation no about outside. That is the situation of CD Leganes. 18th position, 28 points. A win means that for the meantime, no Alaves beba relegation no amunum aba top. And they are not going to be cheap. And omubo ofie. Don't forget this season, Leganes eshe Barcelona in the first leg. Oh, Luis Companys. Leganes or Atletico Madrid after Atletico Madrid got 17 games unbeaten. Final to chain. The same Leganes. In fact, on Real Madrid or Copa del Rey, so we 3-2 Nibia. Almost 2. In fact, last minute in Yame, Nema born here 3-2. One of the teams that Real Madrid has struggled against in the Copa del Rey was CD Leganes. Now and Barcelona for them come match at the right time because our last 10 matches said the Richmond they told so no. Winning one pay. Into our form yet. This is their last 10 run of matches. One win and no against Getafe. So the chance a game win and Casano. On any day, as Barcelona approaching with all seriousness. And I think that regardless of the player that will be expected to play, all Mumai, I think this game Gavi is going to start. Say Ansu and Statia still obenya enough playing time. Game be say no. The last time Lamiyama was rested. And yes, our game we say come resting kakra. But again, Barcelona needs the Champions League. They need the Copa del Rey, and then they need the La Liga too. They need all these things, all these trophies. Now, Kofi, so Opasa get treble at this moment. You need to fight every game with all seriousness, and that is how I'm expecting Barcelona to approach this game. So I think they will go in with their assets, and I expect them to win this game. Now, so Barcelona win here. Then it means that some Madrid lose and no drop points league in decided. What I say, even with 4 points gap Okrano, league in a month for say decided because I got 8 games, you both we are 7. Now, this points gap now you can 7. So Barcelona winning now, it will be 7 before Madrid tomorrow. Madrid will be playing against Deportivo Alaves. Now Alaves in the first leg, in fact Madrid show 3-0 on the T2. Amani 3-2. They are one of the teams this season. You can't Real Madrid struggle to say over Valencia first leg 2-1 to the Madrid Blanc and Osho 2-1. Over Moriki no team no crowd say Mallorca. How Madrid struggle this season against them. Over some class and Kitengiti Madrid abre to play against them this season. One of them this team against Alaves and Macan say Alaves and so they've been threatened by relegation. The relegation is rope and so only a team like Alaves abo now share 3 or better 2. Say who defense will team Real 2 times aside no who say Valencia be Real Madrid fair to nchen say the stipulated 90 minutes na ebo a Copa del Rey Madrid share final there but I was Santiago Bernabeu Sociedad share 90 minutes no 4-3 now no Arsenal share Madrid 3-0 sa say no cry en so bi nwie e da se da ho sheshimbi ye be ye no midweek enti say okobo game we ya dia be no mbesuro nothing so Alaves are going to play this Real Madrid game as their co-equals because when say Real Madrid for no one they will be forced to rest players. No,
8
because Champions League, it looks as if said they are obsessed about the return leg. Say ebi ombetimi aye remontada come back and that's on day. So Alaves will be playing against this Real Madrid side a very very difficult just as the first leg. Now, we've talked about Real Madrid player attitude. Vinicius, Rodrigo, Mbappe, on defensive contributions very weak. Madrid defensive porousness and now vulnerability. On one show say on concede a lot of goals. Alaba na koba 3 and now Vasquez bakuna de say Frank Garcia. Vasquez best started for Fede Valverde to come in field and now Fede Valverde will be rested because Fede Valverde or both through pain. One about center back, So again, Real Madrid follow a huge problem. Now, it's a game that if I tell you say Minsura, Namebwa. But looking at the chase and the fight for this La Liga title, I think Real Madrid will need to go in for the 3 maximum points, and no matter what, baby, I win it should be an against Alaves to keep the La Liga chase on. In the Barcelona game, Madrid game, I think Madrid game more difficult than the Barcelona game. But I'm expecting that team say betimi arena or matches Real Madrid will be playing tomorrow. And after Barca arena, it will give them that extra zeal to fight to still stay in the league. Now, Yanko England. England is a league ye close no. Now, so already the matches are Ebaswa week 32 and ye come run of 31. Champions League again will influence some matches at Ebaso. Now, and then I would like to start from Babia league table I show Ediamaye. Liverpool leading with 73 points or that first. Now Arsenal also 2 with 62 points. So how many points gap? 11 points gap between Arsenal and Liverpool. And then Liverpool there, every opportunity. Obian himself league the but Arsenal they are being chased by Forest. Nottingham Forest 57 points. Arsenal how many points? Just 5. And this Arsenal a person went man the league or protected second place and as a second position and say Arsenal making sure sampa and then at all costs they win against Brentford. Now Brentford is not a lower tier side that underrated. They are mid-table right now, 42 points. Again, you remember Brentford, and I remember the way they played their big matches against Man City, against the likes of Chelsea, and then you see some which are named Wemunum on a good day, and almost a very good coach in Thomas Frank, who is very good in terms of tactics. Again, Arsenal and Brentford and Arsenal focusing on how they struggle in these fixtures. Sometimes yes, Arsenal have won their last 4. But on the evidence of play, it is always different. Now, Arsenal and Real Madrid 3 in the Champions League, but they know that the job is not done. And in as much as Omoje Brentford game, focus should be more on the Champions League game against Real Madrid. So this Arsenal game against a stubborn side. Now, so Arsenal rotational. When we because I would advise Arsenal to be rotating. Look at this very projected lineup. According to multiple sources, some players will be rested. Now for David Raya, this lineup proves he will be imposed. Why? Because goalkeeper there, sometimes near Jumadi bia no mo ye with no disrespect to Omo Juma no Omo cover more distance so David Raya bet man that game we are affecting no in the game against Real Madrid. Now Arsenal makase third place Omo anya careful no mo lose game we are and second kro mo nya ni so in as much as we rest players ni bi no your certain options bi o ha untimi nja no ho again Magalhaes Epra enti Yakub Kiwior ne Saliba na aka chire ho ubetuma drop bi no. So it is not likely say Saliba, Yakub Kiwior, 2 center back pair no more against Real Madrid no on be rested. No, they are going to play. Now, Julian Timber, okay against Real Madrid. This player has injury history. And then against Real Madrid, he was full of free. And the way to perform, and the way some challenges, no source on the nine, and you're advisable to start this game. So Corinthians may come in. Calafiori training, but in Tieni and a bubble game way. But White are returning. What I say, and the Mas Luis Kelly Munina will be dropped. Now, Mayfield, Kofi Partebo no Bomar Arsenal. He's an asset they need to protect.
Okay.
Obi to say Declan Rice. Kofi is the main guy. Asset they need to protect. So this very lineup, Zinchenko and then Jorginho may come in. And then Thomas Partey, Declan Rice will be resting. In games like that, of course, Odegaard practice what I say. And he, as a captain, say, oh yeah, rotation, he needs to play because enough fitness. So Odegaard the bar, won't mean rescue Odegaard ne Saka nyina. So Abasa with Ethan Waneri reform no. I say Ethan Waneri bebo na Bukayo Saka rested for the Real Madrid game. Mebwa no sign the Alaba Sancheloti ye na so the nene ya. Efa sa kwambo ne na so biem. Say Jude Bellingham so the same thing. So and also el honom. Mikel Merino onye striker o bibinti na obo and he say obo no o she goals ma in games like they will be protecting and now protecting no. So Trossard should come in. Now Sterling and Martinelli 50-50 now with this lineup Sterling. So do you know what this game means? It means that Arsenal will prioritize the Real Madrid game more than the league. And to be an investor you need to think twice about this game. What I say and for sa Arsenal be etifi no kwhye Brentford because Arsenal your rotation na Brentford team no therefore eba say your team building cohesion tripartite na emba because individually no and can your first 11 ye nti Arsenal game na de Kofi e dene usura handicap 2 for Brentford. What I say yen to aso now Liverpool there only to fight for and after renewing the contract of Mohamed Salah no Kofi extra they are playing against West Ham, very vulnerable at the back. So you expect Liverpool to win. So league table no top no. Nyoma bebre and shedan sesa e honum. Liverpool leading the table. Arsenal maybe still maintaining their second place. But Premier League, you know, do you know why and then person spend the time no? The attention is now becoming the top 5 fights. Wouldn't the idea make top 5 no? Because it is no more the top 4. Now give me the table. Performance now. Teams like Aston Villa, Arsenal, omutimi ada na di Champions League you know. Amen the new format of the Champions League you know. Premier League you know automatically the 5 teams neko. And the first na nka top 4 ni esuro say and Man City Rome, Aston Villa, Newcastle no and then top 5. And yes, Liverpool will qualify for the Champions League. Arsenal the same thing. But still it could be 5, it could be 6. And the advantage is with teams beat the team by Man City. And they even with top 5 no, Man City are still out of the Champions League. With top 5 no, because currently they sit 6. Now Chelsea the 4th. And yes, who the but who because they are 5. First and 4 now it would have been a different story. Newcastle at the 5th. Now Man City airborne Crystal Palace. City in soon form. Recently the last 4 games at City about one in the Premier League, and that was against Leicester City. And the occasion is all Manchester City form Premier League anymore. Kofi and yet form I bet me account it off. In fact, Nottingham Forest share 1-0 on a Brighton 2-2, and share Leicester 2 on a Man United 0-0. And the City Erling Haaland as a prayer. City Kofi majority of the players are declining in terms of form. It says Ike Gundogan and Nico Gonzalez thereby and yet the Rodri City BM. And the City Ampa Kofi can this only 52 goals. City will finish 100 goals in a single season. Yeah, Akabe 8 matches near 52. City are conceding 40 goals. And the actual say City born here tinko. But right now that League Champions League qualification, I 5, no. You need to fight for. Now, what makes it more interesting? Even though I have 5, Bakufi, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man City, Aston Villa, will be a name fate. Aside Liverpool, any Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Man City will be a name fate. Because you review league table not proper for everybody to understand. This is it. Chelsea were 53 points. Newcastle 53 points. There's a Chelsea that 4th. Nottingham Forest 57 points. Chelsea that 4 53. Newcastle 53 5th. Man City at 6 52 a 1 point gap outside the top 5. Aston Villa 51. And the point gap between Aston Villa or that 7 and Chelsea or that 4 no 2 points. Even though top 5, Aston Villa are really in the fight. Man City are really in the fight. Newcastle are really in the fight, as well as Chelsea. And so Man City and me and Rene this Crystal Palace game, and of course looking at Crystal Palace form, no. So the two so abe who strong and kasa. Okay, you can see Sampa in recent games, form no abaye, team nasasa, and they are winning a lot of matches. Look. This is Crystal Palace in their last 7 games in all competitions. Kofi, Oma draw 1, Omun Lusubi. Oma draw 1, Omun Lusubi. And when you are playing against a team of one moment to all form, as compared to who are last game against Man U, Obian Shegoa. Game we say fair results by a draw. It's a lunchtime. Fair results a draw game. And imagine say City drop a points. Look at the fixtures. Aston Villa are fighting to be in, and Villa elbow against Southampton. Even though they are away, Villa beat Man United and they will be in the top 5. Chelsea bought Ipswich. Automatically, Chelsea fight for the top 5. No, they are in already to maintain and cement. Particularly, it's a City drop a points. I say Chelsea winning Ipswich Town. Into Chelsea winning, or don't say cement. And yes, sir, I mentioned Newcastle United. This acronym. I'm on board for Newcastle. Name you F4. I'm on your F1 F1 we left bet ya and I left into ya left into ya. Okay, good. Go what's the man you have money for that one say nyam kan you me busa question
there be no money omoko Newcastle United.
Okay, Newcastle also 1.6 United also say I think we need a 3 or 4 F1 into Newcastle so bet to Manchester United and with Newcastle fee because with Isaac Guamarash with Joel Linton with Jakub Murphy no tonally no so be omo investigating about bebo because once an addictor is always an addictor what chabet ya banu 6 months who ko ba ya sanche who suspect say what sa ko chabet tonally ya nkasa no but Bobby. So the chance say Newcastle can even win that game against United. So weekend, you know, City were more to lose should they fail to win this game. Me Forest form in recent times tells me say they'll win against Everton and go Everton. The way I almost started, you know, and almost that safe zone kaka. In as much as almost entirely safe, no, almost that safe zone kaka. But in their last 5 matches, almost winning be. And to their catch on, they say Newcastle, Nottingham Forest are obo of you know. Obi abe fear o timi share no City grounds no. On also be winning. And the third, no, a hojo. But the 4th, 5th, no, teams in a be come no. Man City and na a deciding factor. Anya ya enye ye biem. Yen free one yen ko Italian so ni yen ko wie. Kofi, the Italian Serie A table no, and actually a 3 points gap. Enti so over Serie A no, Inter was 68 points. Napoli was 65. Napoli will play I think Monday. This round of matches with 32 no. And AC Milan share 4. Now AC Milan are fighting to play say at least Anya will crack conference league, but that's their own case. So already they fight for the race now. Inter will be playing today. And it is a very difficult game because Inter himself this time round say omo a deciding factor be omo game be better huna omo and now say Napoli better close gap now. It is the kind live game. Can live for omo nim draw pa. Pow. Omo nim draw bo. Inter so omo Champions League game. But the difference between Inter and other teams then say Inter our first team was second team. And it's about the last time I catch out say even the fullbacks first choice in here Federico Di Marco on the left, Denzel Dumfries on the right. Second choice in here Matthew Damien on the right, Carlos Augusto on the left. Meboa ni attackers no Marcos Thuram any Lautaro Martinez the lead, but even Marco Anatovic any Abrante and the Mediterranean lead attackers still omoma goals omo we no omo matches omo pe ne defense no Benjamin Pavard, Bisek, Stefan De Vrij, Bastoni, Acerbi otimi rotate among all these players still on your results. And the after they almost able of fear there Inter with the edge to win this game. Should Inter win this game, they are heading towards Umbe League title because Empoli na Napoli ne bebo Monday no or munim how to quite fast to say points papa Empoli. Now that is not my interest. My interest is 2 games. Bako ne Juve bebo Lecce. Kofi Juventus are fighting to qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Now, say Juve table no, I am with their mom because Juve has started season no, you're unbeaten. Juve has started season now. What about top 4? No more fight among for visa. Oh, Thiago Motta Jumo here with Borona and one oil Juve no. And based on that, this season Juve are final. Now they are outside the top 4. Teams celebrate my qualified Champions League. Juve are outside, and they are not just outside. So I'm gonna lose a game no, and I'm going to me and when and this is so I'm yet mistake. Even Europa League spot FIFA no kromunya. What I say now? Juve ball Lecce, and then under a new coach in Igor Tudor. Now Thiago Motta was sacked because he couldn't compete, and then they exited the Champions League. Team men you my PSV Eindhoven. In fact, they lost some cheap and important games. Games they cheap to win, and it was important. And they couldn't win all those matches. Bako Atalanta share 4-0, Fiorentina share 4-0, Coppa Italia Empoli for share. Empoli na me come once. And those matches no, and I go to the Ababefa Juma no. Na I go to the Baye. Kofi wabo na no draw against Roma. And Yahuni team in recent times all prepare until he will need to fight for the Champions League. Champions League so teams in a Gumno Borona qualified the last time. Okay, they are still in. And then Atalanta, be regular our top 4 every season you want more Champions League. Yes, sir. So for Juve, they need to be very, very, very serious about what matches or more approaching. Baku is against Lecce. Now, a coach in the Bayern, he's trying to build his team. And said Obia will say, and now there's all better mini column 1 year, Jumano. Or believe in Dusan Vlahovic. And the nano game no about Dusan Vlahovic. Training regime, the idea, oh, you be at Dusan Vlahovic and a bebo. Now there be multiple reports. Way a Sport Italia for more projected lineup. In fact, Ora Gazzetta dello Sport, almost projected lineup. Nini similarities, baby room. Di Gregorio, goalkeeper nane beda. Renato Vaiga, Pierre Kalulu ni Kelly Manos and why no. I'm gonna be back 3 no. Now, a 3-4-2-1 now and a preferred choice. 3 back now. Now, Weston McKennie, Nico Gonzalez, of course. Nico Gonzalez is going to start. Abrante and the Manuel Lucatelli best start. Now, Abrante and the Kepler Thuram, Marcos Thuram Ninuano. Ono na likely say Anhwa obe drop it because coach in the buy on Shedan Gin in the year. But in this lineup, Kepler Thuram is in. The Roma game he didn't start. Now you see the training can still and convincing coach, So Anhwa can be also abeshem finfi. Can I hear this? Of course, he's going to start. Tianko minus so 50-50. And then Dusan Vlahovic will be leading the attack. So Juventus will need to go into this Lecce game playing at home and make sure they win to fight for the Champions League. Now, so I'm already here. Do you know the advantage? Bologna and Atalanta never watching. The Besibiano, it will come to the advantage. What I say? Now, Bologna and Atalanta no. Kofi a 50-50 game. A CET 12:30 Ghana time at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
10:30. Sorry. Now, Atalanta bebo ofie Giwi Stadium. But Bologna nyetima ese underrated because they've been strong this season and looking at form. In fact, they've lost one in their last 10 games in all competitions. In fact, you can extend it. In their last 19 games, Bologna lose 1 game.
Wow.
in their last 19 or lose one game in all competitions. And the Atalanta are playing a very difficult game. But because I think Atalanta, it's theirs to lose. I'll go Atalanta home or draw.
Oh, okay.
Because Born and him say game way so uncle when you can't pick a point there. So draw will be something good. So the AC Milan chef for no. Sani ye teams are Kessian said this season so on May Yamwa. Nti Kofi yanyi code ne.
Yanyi code ne ko anim. And the code name you and then kwandi aba kona face no watch na. Say they will say ama onya na
tie. Nti enen kwandi de ni 20 us.
20 us. Okay.
BWB 7KK
7KK okay.
Code no crash sebe Kofi ebia game ne dey silence ebia wa bomabu ba nan kwa de ne dey atwa Kofi mo gide ne o me ka bia me say nan kwa de ne yeden BWB 7KK
okay
and then and then china combine
okay
and they about 30 something else
okay
EJ C8 S as in school S U what I say
okay EJ C8 S U and then what na
30 cedi ko di e be san sisi afatwa Kofi
okay
ana and dey do awunsu anti code ni 2 obi am peke
okay
enjoy
ya da say bona Hussein